Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for viewing today. If you don't mind taking a second to click the like button and subscribe down below, I'm going to have more crazy videos for you coming up real soon. Now today what we're going to do is we're going to use this 200 amp 12 volt car battery charger to totally nuke this AA 1.5 volt dead battery that's non-rechargeable and see what happens. Is it going to explode? Is it going to burst into flames? Are we going to open a wormhole into a new dimension? Who knows? We're about to find out. So if you're ready, we're going to blow this popsicle stand. Let's get to it. Okay, now before we get started, I want to talk to you about one thing that's really important, and that's safety. I am doing this in a controlled environment in a shop with concrete floors. I have a huge fire extinguisher on standby, and I'm allowed to do things like this in my facility here. Don't do anything like this in your home. You could cause a fire. You could cause dangerous fumes for you, yourself, your family, somebody else. You could also get in trouble for it if you're in a place where you're not allowed to do something like that. So don't try this at home, kids, is what I'm trying to say. Now there's one other place you have to be really concerned about safety, and that's on the internet. Especially in today's world with what's going on with all the information being sold, you know, you got to really protect your identity out there. So that it's really, really important these days to have a good VPN. What is a VPN? The short way to say it is it's a service that has an app that's available for iPads, iPhones, Android phones, tablets, laptops, Macs, desktop computers, everything, okay? And you can use this app on all your devices to pretend you're in another country. You can even just pick from a list of countries and decide what country you want to pretend you're in, and it will use an IP address from that country and not your own, and it will totally hide your IP address so you can't be tracked. The other nice thing about it is you can use it to go ahead and get services and stuff that you might be blocked from in a certain country, like maybe China or something like that. Maybe you're visiting there. Who knows what you're going to do with it? But you can do things like access American Netflix in Canada and get an account. You can watch videos and movies on YouTube that are only available to America and not available in Canada or other countries. So you can go ahead and click on a US server and it's acting like you're in the US now. So basically you can pretend you're in any country you want to be with this service using a app that they provide. Now the very best one out there right now is ExpressVPN, and I have a special link for it down below. If you go ahead and click on that link in the description box, you're going to get a very good deal, a special discount. You're going to find that there's no other VPN service like them. They have the best support, they have the best product, they have the best service, and they're constantly upgrading to make sure that your privacy is protected and that your apps have the most features possible. I've tried them all out. I really have. I've tried them all, and this is a really great service. Now, all you have to do is go ahead and download the app to whatever device you want to use, and you can use several devices with one account. So what you can do is you can download it to your phone, to your tablet, to your laptop, and to your desktop computer, and go ahead and protect those devices by pretending you're in another country and blocking your real IP from being seen by whoever's watching. So that means Facebook or whatever website you're on can't tell what country you're actually in or what content you're viewing. So if you're viewing something controversial in a country where you're not supposed to view things, A VPN is the way to go, and ExpressVPN is the very best one. So go ahead and use my link below, get your special discount, get the special deal, and go ahead and get those things like American Netflix in Canada. Go ahead and access things that you're blocked from at a certain network. You can do all kinds of things with it. It's super easy to use, and if you just go to their website through my link down below, you're going to get taken right to it and get shown all the features. Okay, so go ahead and click that link to check it out further, and if you buy it, you are supporting the channel, and I really appreciate that. Now let's get to that live action. Okay, so we're all set up, ready to go here. I've got a light set up just to put a little more light on the unit. I've got my battery charger ready to go, got it all plugged in, and I got it on a switch on the other end so I can switch it on from a distance. And we're gonna set it to high, which is 40 amps. And it jumps to 200 during a start cycle. So the more amperage it draws, the more it's going to give it. So I don't know how many volts or amps it's going to go to. I got it set for volts right now, the voltmeter, and I got the AA battery in an old flashlight carcass, a broken old flashlight, just to hold the battery and put some wires on it, so that I could get the clips from the battery charger to attach to it. And then of course I put my digital multimeter straight on there as well, just so we can read it. You can see the battery's pretty dead. It's 0.7 volts. So it's not even, though it's like half of what it should be. So it's pretty dead. So we're gonna charge it, and we're gonna charge it really fast. It's probably going to explode, but it's going to be fun to watch. So I'm going to get the camera set up on a tripod up nice and close, and I'm going to try to get it so we can get the voltage in there too. I was thinking maybe I should set it to amperage, but then the only problem is I have to put the meter between the positive and the positive side of the battery. I have to put it between here, and then the power is going to go through the meter. And I don't really want to do that, even though this meter can handle it. I just don't want to do it that way. I want to have power go directly from the battery charger to the battery, because I want to see if it will explode. And I'm thinking this thing might interfere with that, or it might even stop that from happening if it has senses an overload. I don't know how many overload circuit protection circuits are in this, but it's a possibility. So I'm just gonna leave it on voltage, and we're gonna see it jump to 12 volts. And I don't know how many amps it's gonna take. Maybe I'll try another battery after and do amperage, but for now we'll try voltage and see what happens. So we're gonna crank it at 40 amps, and then depending on how much this draws, it could jump anywhere from 40 to 200 amps. This thing doesn't have a switch to turn on the 200 amps. It just automatically goes up to 200 amps depending on how much the starter is drawing from it during a start cycle. So it runs on high at 40 amps, and that's plenty. That's already enough to boil a car battery to death. So that's a lot of amps. So when you crank it at 40 amps, when it senses that it's drawing more than that, it kicks it up. So this thing goes bam down to start mode here in the gauge, and then all of a sudden it's it's drawing more. Now this amp gauge isn't that accurate, okay, but I'll try to get it in the frame as well so that we can see the amps jump. I don't know how, I just don't know how I'm going to get it in there, though. I would, maybe I'll put a second camera on this, because I want to get this in really close when it explodes. And I want to get the voltage in there maybe. I could always move this a little closer, like that. There we go. There we go. So I'm going to set up like this, and then we're gonna blow this bad boy, and it's gonna be cool. Are you ready? All right, here we go. You guys ready to blow this popsicle stand? Fire in the hole! Wow, okay, that's not what I expected. I don't know if that was the battery charger beeping. I didn't know if it has a beep in it. It could have been the voltmeter beeping. But I saw some smoke, but no explosion. Should we just go a little longer, guys? It got up to like, it took it. I can't believe it took it. It didn't even damage the casing. It took it. It was cooking at 12 volts. Should we just cook it longer and see what happens? I vote yes. Let's do it. Fire in the hole! Oh, I see smoke. Oh, it's gonna blow. All right, I'm gonna stop it there. I don't know how dangerous those chemicals are coming out of that. Okay, I had to open the garage door and turn on the fan. I don't know how toxic that stuff is. I didn't want to breathe it. Woo-wee! Look at that. Let's see if I can get some more light in here. Look at that. Melted on the end. It didn't explode though like I thought it was gonna. Interesting. The one thing though I am concerned about is my voltmeter beeped and shut off. Hope I didn't fry it. Oh no, it's back on. Didn't like it. Did not like it. The voltmeter took a more damage than the battery. Well, the battery is pretty cooked. Alright. So if I'm going to do this again, I'm going to do it in the paint booth with the exhaust on so that I don't get... The only reason I shut it off is because the cloud of smoke was billowing out of this thing and filling the whole shop. And it was plastic and who knows what else kind of chemicals are in this battery. So I just didn't want to breathe that. So I hit the stop button on that and opened the garage door and turned the fan on right away and blew the cloud of crap out of here. But I think maybe, we could try it again and put it in the paint booth and turn on the fan exhaust so that I'm not going to die from the fumes. Should have done that in the first place, but I really thought this thing was going to explode really quickly, and it didn't. It took the full 12 volt 40 amp hit. It was really cooking it, like it was going to explode or catch on fire. That's another reason I stopped, is I just think now that it's just going to burst into flames eventually when the plastic in the housing here at the edge catches on fire by the wire there, and the plastic was catching on fire before the battery was. But anyway, let's take it out of there and take a look at it. It's pretty cooked. Let's look at this thing. Char-broiled. It was almost on fire. Looks looks like it's got a little bit of a blister over here too. And yes, that is silver paint on my thumbnail from painting a car. Look at that though. Not what I expected, especially at 40 plus amps. I thought this thing was just gonna pop like a zit. But it actually just took the voltage and then slowly started smoking, and eventually it started billowing smoke, and I think it was mostly this plastic housing that was catching on fire and not the battery. I wanted to go longer, but it is what it is. This was a scientific test, and there is the results, folks. Believe it or not, AA batteries do not explode at 40 plus amps. They just burn. Interesting. Now, if this was a lithium-ion battery, it would be probably a different thing. So maybe we'll do that in another video. Subscribe down below and get ready to watch more crazy videos, because I might just do that. I've got some lithium-ion batteries from some old power drills, and also got some from old phones. We could try a couple different kinds. So maybe next time I'll set up in the paint booth with the exhaust system on so I don't die. And this worked pretty good. Didn't explode like I thought. I thought this thing would just go pop and be done in one shot. But nope. These things are tougher than they look. I wonder if we should... Let's just test it now and see if it has any power in it. That would be cool to find out. Down to 2 millivolts now. 2.7 millivolts. That's not volts. It's showing, I know you can't see it on the screen, but up in the top corner it's saying millivolts. So we cooked her good. It was at half a volt, so it would have been 0.5 volts, and now it's way down to, trying to get this on here a little better. Yeah, 2.8 millivolts. Toast! Anyway, that's what happens to an AA battery when you cook it at 12 volts, 40 amps. Might have gone higher than 40 amps, could have gone up. In fact, that's probably why the meter shut off. It probably went way above the 10 amps this thing can handle. So, yeah, anyway, sure cooked it. Anyway, subscribe below, click the like button, and I will do more crazy videos for you. Next time, let's use lithium ion and watch it explode. Subscribe down below, folks. Thank you. See you in the next video.